Yo, 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 what's going on? This is the NRW, Nerds Rule the World. It's your boy, Kuyapi, and I'm here with the one, the only, so ready for Halloween, Heather Hurt. How are you, Heather?
Good. Good. How are you?
I am well. I'm excited to talk about this new Disney film coming to the people. We had an advanced look on this film, so we're going to break it down in our review. But before we do that, let's show them the trailer, and then we'll come back talking about the story, our thoughts on the cast, and then our review. So here we go, the trailer for Hocus Pocus 2.
I banish thee from Salem forever.
They were right to fear thee. Magic has a way of uniting. Happy 16th birthday, child.
I have a gift for my favorite customers. Legend has it, it's on the 16th birthday that a witch gets her powers.
Lock up your children! Yes, Salem, we're back!
Gilbert, where did you get that candle? We have to get out of here. The witches will be here any second. Ah! The book is alive.
He woke up?
If we intend to live past sunrise, we have to steal their souls.
Whoa, wait, can we talk about this?
No. We must fly! We run amok!
Not to freak out. The vengeful maniac obsessed with getting revenge on Salem sounds very bad for Salem.
We should get some salt. Why? So we taste better when they eat us? Spread out. Sisters!
That's not 6 feet under.
Stop! I am a good zombie!
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for Hocus Pocus 2 coming to Disney Plus. My good friend Heather is going to break down her story recap, and then I'll talk about the cast, and we'll give you our review for Hocus Pocus 2. So break it down, Heather.
So we are 29 years out from the original. Who else feels really old when they say that out loud? And the Sanderson Sisters have long been gone. They are now a secondary myth because there is the rumors in Salem of 3 flying witches on Halloween night, 1993. But there's no confirmed sightings. No one wants to come forward. And the black flame candle has been completely burned down to the wick. So we'll never see him again. Right? Well, it is on today's date of not quite yet Halloween, but within the film, Becca turns 16, and as we know, if you are a witch, all of your powers arrive on your 16th birthday. So Becca receives a very special present that looks oddly gross and lights with a black flame, bringing back the notorious sisters. They run rampant trying to bring about the ultimate magic throughout the film, and chaos ensues, because when would it be a Halloween without the Sanderson sisters, without it being sheer chaos in the town of Salem? Becca and her friends, Izzy and Cassie, must have to fight back. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. If they fight back to get rid of the sisters before they decide to destroy the town. And that is Hocus Pocus Dos.
All right, let me bring it to me, and here we go. I will talk a little bit about the cast. Let me go ahead and get stuff ready. I'm all over the place right now, people. Been so busy. Again, Hocus Pocus is arriving on September 30th to Disney Plus. That's what I was looking for. Let's talk about this amazing cast for this second film. Of course, you have to have the returning Sanderson sisters. First up, Bette Midler plays Winifred Sanderson. We have Sarah Jessica Parker as Sarah Sanderson and Kathy Najimy as Mary Sanderson. The Sanderson sisters are back, y'all. I know there's a lot of fans that have been awaiting their return, and we have them back. Also, new members to the cast. We have a new maybe set of witches or witch wannabes. First up, we have Whitney Peak as Becca, Belissa Escobedo as Izzy, and Lilia Buckingham as Cassie. Our new set of teenagers who's caught up with these witches, the Sanderson sisters. We also have, is he a boyfriend? Is he just a friend? Who knows? Ask Bismarcky, just a friend. He knows all about being just a friend. We have Froy Gutierrez as Mike. We have the witchcraft shop owner in Gilbert, played by Sam Richardson. We have a disembodied head / old school guy in Billy Butcherson, played by the marvelous Doug Jones, who is fantastic. Legend in the creature game, if you will. I was very excited to be seeing some kind of BTS shots as the lead up for this film was happening, because I'm friends with Doug on Facebook. So that was really cool to see him on there, and he's just amazing. Also,
throwing that out there, damn.
You know what? That was kind of a
name drop, just name dropping that.
Name drop. Yeah, that was a name drop. My bad. I didn't even think about it like that, but yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put it out there, but it was cool to see because I saw the BTS stuff and I was like, oh shit, that was the way I didn't put 2 and 2 together when I initially was seeing it. So okay, yeah, I didn't name drop somebody. Anyway, shout out to my man Doug Jones. Fantastic. Anyway, Tony Hale. Amazing. You loved him as Forky in Toy Story. You love him in a bunch of different shows he's been on. But he is our mayor, Tony Hale. I love Tony Hale. Great voice. He is our mayor. And then we have a cast of other great character actors. But I also just want to spotlight the young Sanderson sisters, who we get to learn a little bit more about without spoiling anything. We get a young Winifred played by Taylor Henderson, a young Mary played by Nina Kitchen, and a young Sarah played by Juju Journey Brenner. There's your main cast. So shout out to the entire cast and crew. Oh, and with that being said, let's shout out to the crew. Director Ann Fletcher, writers Jen D'Angelo, David Kirshner, and Blake Harris. And there you go. There's your cast crew for Hocus Pocus Dos. So, Heather, you were a fan of the original Hocus Pocus, I believe?
I was, but real quick, I also want to call out for Hannah Waddingham. I always say her name wrong. Okay. If you are not, whenever I get a chance to share, if you are not watching Ted Lasso, you get your rear end over to pause this video and go watch Ted Lasso and then come back. Okay. Just saying. Do that.
Oh, yes. I was wondering where I noticed her from.
So that is actually something that we do get a full circle story.
I second the Ted Lasso.
She's also on she also plays a mother, part of a lesbian couple in Sex Education on Netflix, which is also a fantastic show. That's also a completion of a storyline where the first film, the Sanderson sisters talk about mother and how they miss her, and she plays their witch mother who invites them, on Winnie's baptism, witchcraft baptism. I can speak. She's the one that gave Winnie the book. But whenever, if you've ever talked to anyone who's ever watched Ted Lasso, if there's an opportunity to be like, watch Ted Lasso, we're going to tell you to watch Ted Lasso.
Hell yeah. So perfect reason to stop me. And yeah, she wasn't on my main group when I was first looking. So yeah, I knew I recognized her, and now it makes perfect sense because Ted Lasso was amazing. And so is she.
She's
much love.
Gorgeous. And she's so, I'm going to say, so I don't want to say inappropriate things. So I'm not going to say inappropriate.
I feel
anyway, so yes, I technically am still a big fan. There are my 2 perfect Halloween movies, and I'm going to get hate for this. Someone's going to be angry. Are Hocus Pocus and Scream. Those are the 2 films that every year we watch on Halloween.
I feel that.
And I won't deny that I am kind of upset about this film for personal reasons. And but
You want to
watched
get on
it.
the soapbox? You don't normally do that. If you'd
I've
like
never
to,
been on a soapbox, not once
it's
in
all
my
good
life.
because you don't do that. But if you'd like to, the floor is yours.
Sure. Okay, I will. So to just talk about that elephant in the room, Bette Midler has to begin, to her benefit. Midler did get big. The way that she got big was playing in gay bars, and throughout her career, she has been a very large advocate for the LG community, and I'm going to pause there for a reason. The trans community have been directly hurt and harmed by her in the recent weeks. She did come out and try to clear the air a little bit. I don't want to say it was an apology because she still hasn't apologized. It's nothing like Rowling by any stretch, but Midler, you are ruining. One of the great things about Hocus Pocus in general was it gave a lot of young kids a fun look at witchcraft, and even though they technically play witchcraft in the negative, oh, witches eat kids kind of satanic panic kind of way, it was still a fun, goofy way to show kids witchcraft. And even more so in this film, you have children of color that are able to see themselves playing around and having fun and enjoying the positivities of witchcraft. And you have just this shadow that Midler has decided to rain down over this film. And as someone who is a fan, please just apologize to the trans community, to the non-binary community. They are a huge part of your audience. And it's going into this film, like I posted this all over social media, and QP, you agreed, both absolutely ecstatic when I got this screener and deeply heartbroken. So
yeah. All right. Because you felt hurt, I felt hurt, and I have compassion, and hopefully she'll have compassion for people that she might have offended, and if you can put out an apology out there, that would be wonderful. That gave me mixed feelings, to be completely honest. I wasn't a big fan. Well, I really don't even recall the original. I've seen it in spurts. I've been always meaning to give it a watch because so many people I know love the film, and I just been so caught up and just hadn't. But I will tell you, after having watched this second film with my daughter and her best friend, I now want to see the original. I really had a good time watching this, to be completely honest. I had a fun. I thought the characters were great. It made me want to see and know a little bit more. I guess we got a little bit of an origin story in the beginning, and as you said, we met the godmother, the queen mother, from
witch
last
mother,
the witch mother,
the head of the coven. Yes.
So was she played by somebody else? Well,
no, she was not played. We got to see
this is the first time we saw her
background for the first time. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, I'm like, I want to know more on these characters and see what they're all about. And I was finding myself asking my daughter and her friend questions as we were watching the film, to just learn more. Was this character like this or whatever? Why are they trying to eat all these young teens?
That is not as clearly stated in this film versus the last one.
Yeah.
Last one was far more about who they were.
Yeah, so it was a fun ride. I thought the characters were good. It does have its faults. It's not perfect by any means, but it's intended to be a fun film, and it was a fun film. I enjoyed the ride that I was on. I thought they all did their part, and I would like to see, where it could possibly continue from here. Who knows? There are things left up into the air as they vanish away. But we don't know. And an interesting new set of characters introduced in these teenagers. I thought it was a fun ride. And if your intent is to get people to check it out more and see the original film, they accomplished that task. If you brought on a new fan. I am a fan of this. My daughter loves Halloween films. This is one of her Halloween favorites, much like yours, Heather. So now this is added to that repertoire. So yeah, I'm making it a plan with this October to finally go back and revisit the original Hocus Pocus. And now when this is out to the people, watch this again, because I had a good time watching this.
Absolutely. I do not have as positive of a review. I'm trying to remove, because of course not everything should be about race opinion, or personal biases. So this is me trying to say this as unbiasedly as possible. As someone who is a large fan of the film, though, there were a lot of things that left just me and my husband ended up like, there were things we'd be like just mouthing at each other. Like, for example, one of the big things that is a major theme is beauty in the first one, beauty and youth. And that is not completely erased in this. You don't get it as much. But one thing that really seemed to offset it is they didn't let these honestly beautiful women. I mean, Sarah Jessica Parker, I wish I could look half as good as her at any point in my life. And some of the makeup was too much. Some of the costumes were just a little bit too off. I didn't like that they didn't give the girls enough time. I feel like they were just lost in translation. The original film was more about the kids with the Sanderson sisters as the legitimate protagonist. This seemed to be more about the Sanderson sisters and not so much about these new kids who come in and are the new coven. I'm good if you spoilers. But at the same time, there was a lot of feels. I invited some friends over who are also into the series and or into the film. Now it's a series. And they were like, we loved it. We thought it was absolutely adorable. And it's going to bring a lot of love. And they were one of the big things that one of my friends said was, this felt like a 90s movie. And that's what this was. Hocus Pocus was like peak Disney live action 90s film, and that this kind of gave this that feeling. One of my big complaints is the Disney happily ever after, and honestly that ruined it for me a little bit. So like when they were saying, even my husband was saying they really enjoyed it, and I'm like, there just something seemed off. It didn't feel like Hocus Pocus to me. So
I feel that. I having not, again, I'm brand new to the series with this film. But I could definitely agree with those points as a film fan and as a writer. Thinking about the young coven, if you will, they did concentrate. I would completely agree with you. They did highlight more so the Sanderson sisters in them. Yeah, I would have liked more, thinking about it. Yeah, I would have loved them to have been more fleshed out. And also speaking on that aspect of beauty, because it was more so, how do we appease these Sanderson sisters instead of like really diving? You can explore that more. I definitely think they try to do it as a sight gag, especially in the business that gets highlighted. They must have spent a lot of money. Walgreens, y'all put a lot of money. I hope you get that return, because y'all got that in there quite a bit, and you spent quite a bit of time there. But like, it felt like a commercial promo where they could have really gave us more story in regards to what you're saying with this young
but to tag in there for all of you, CVS is kind of a better option right now. Make sure you check those news feeds, my friends.
Listen to Heather.
But yeah, no, I agree. Like there was some clear advertisement happening, but to say that the best characters to come out of the film did come from that shop, and I would like I would like 2 small machines of the same caliber to come live and stay with me as well.
I feel that. Yeah. So not having pre-existing content to kind of compare it to, just coming in with just what this was. Again, I had a fun time checking this out, and maybe check in after I watched the first one and maybe throwing in the back and forth. But I definitely see your comments, Heather, and would agree. If I kind of step aside from just, with what I know of just seeing this, I respect those opinions there.
Absolutely.
Any other thoughts or feelings about this? So overall, so your friends had a fun time watching it?
They did. Me and my husband did not enjoy it. There was a clear, we liked the first one better. And it was because of the flesh out of the story. And once again, I would have loved to have seen more of the kids. I really would have. They seemed like great, and crossing fingers. I mean, you watched till the very end, right?
Yeah.
Right? There's chances.
That's what I'm saying. Like I want more of this great coven, and they kind of the way they left it, so.
Yes. For those of you who are watching this review before you watch it, there is a extra scene after credits. So
there you go.
Just saying.
All right, Heather, let's not get in trouble anymore with the mouse. We are going to put this out on the proper embargo date when they say we can. So we're covering ourselves. So we don't really give thumbs up, thumbs down that much anymore.
Kind
but
of like right in the middle. Right in the middle.
Sidebar that you're at a side. And I would have to say, because I'm not, again, not coming in with this stuff, it provokes me to want to see the first one. So I got to give it a thumbs up. I had a fun time with it. All right, Heather, if the people want to talk all things Hocus Pocus and or any other Halloween film for this Halloween season, how can the people reach out to you?
Sure. If you ever want to talk Halloween at all, because it's an all year holiday, reach out to me on Twitter at @NerdIsAHeather or on Instagram and TikTok at HeatherIsANerd.
There you go. And for me, it's the Legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. And of course, here with Heather and the whole squad, where Heather never gets on the soapbox. So just appreciate what she finally gave y'all, because when she does it, it's important. Love you, Heather. I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. This is the NRW, where nerds rule the world. Bye. All right. There you go.